Pronto, Vincenza.
Pronto, Randy, and welcome everyone to the 19th episode of the Pronto podcast, where we talk about all the beautiful things life has to offer. We're just so fortunate that we have this opportunity to just be on a podcast, having a conversation about so many amazing things that we get to experience, but also amazing people that we get to interview.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. Today's guest is really amazing.
Yes, exactly. And can you believe 19 episodes? Wow.
Yeah.
And it has been a while since we've seen everyone. So welcome back.
Yeah.
We've been very busy. We've had a very busy and eventful summer.
Yes.
Just to touch on an event that happened more recently that we were really excited to both attend in our respective businesses. The Best of Delaware event, which is the Best of Delaware party, held in Wilmington, Delaware at the Chase Center on the riverfront. And it is hosted by Delaware Today magazine, which is owned by Today Media. And they have this huge, huge event that they do every single year. And it's involving the whole state, and the best of the best comes together. Best restaurants, best businesses, you name it. And it really is an overall fun event. It's one of my favorite events of the year.
It's huge.
Oh, yes.
The amount of people there, like 2,000?
Oh, yes. Oh, gosh, yes. No, they definitely tell us as vendors, especially food vendors, to prepare for over 2,000 people, well over 2,000 people. As you can see a visual, there's my sister, Margarita. We had a vendor table for V&M Bistro, and we were just marketing our restaurant, letting people know where to locate us, how to find us, but also give a little taste of what we offer. Obviously, we offer Italian cuisine, and especially pizza, pasta, and breads. But for this particular event, we were giving tastings of our boozy ice cream, which is alcohol-infused ice cream, and we make it in-house. So my sister, who is the maker, there she is right there, she is the maker of all the boozy ice cream, and I have the very difficult job of tasting all the boozy ice cream to make sure it tastes good. But we had the opportunity to give out tastings of whiskey chocolate peanut butter cup, rum pina colada, vodka mint chocolate chip, and a vodka vegan cookies and cream. How about that?
Everybody was walking around with the ice cream.
Right. Yeah. And it's boozy.
Yeah,
oh, boozy. It's boozy. So a little background, obviously, for those who may be just tuning in or, joining us for our Pronto podcast, I'm the owner and operator of V&M Bistro, but I'm also third generation in the restaurant industry. My sister and I also own and operate an ice cream business. So with our knowledge and experience of being in the ice cream business, the food industry, and the Italian industry, but also mixology and whatnot, we were able to combine mixology with our boozy ice cream. So the best of our specialty cocktails that we serve at V&M Bistro, and then our knowledge of ice cream from our business called Ice Cream Delight, which is located on One Ice Cream Drive, Wilmington, Delaware. Yes, you heard it right. One Ice Cream Drive, Wilmington, Delaware. We were able to basically handcraft boozy ice cream that we serve out of V&M Bistro. So just to be clear, we serve only the boozy ice cream out of V&M Bistro. So if you wanted to come taste some of our flavors that I mentioned earlier, please visit us. You can go to vmbistro.com for the address, but definitely visit us to taste some of our flavors. We do serve some of the flavors to go, but enough about me. Let's talk about you, Randy. So tell us about what you did at the Best of Delaware event and what you were promoting.
We were Best Day Spa, and we were promoting nails, hair extensions, skin care. So we had a little bit of all we do.
Excellent. And congratulations. Well deserved as always, but truly it's a testament of your consistency in providing this service of in the beauty industry. I mean, you've been doing this for a long time, and still to this day, after 40 plus years? 45 plus years, to be able, to be recognized in a very competitive industry nowadays. That's truly an honor. So congratulations to you and your entire team for that honor and that recognition. And I did have an opportunity to visit the vendor table. And real quick, just as you see in this photo right here, there's my Miss Delaware USA, Noah Mills, and then Miss Delaware from the America System, Emily Beal. They were there making an appearance. Very excited to have them. That they're actually in front of the V&M Bistro Bistro vendor table, but I know they did check out Curry Hair, Skin and Nails vendor table, and I did too. So I love that you had someone actually getting their nails done. You had demonstration of a live, like you had one of your nail techs, and you had someone there actually getting their nails done, and you had a live demonstration of someone having what is it, hair extension
Yep.
installation, right?
Yep.
I was able to catch that, and I thought that was really awesome that you did that, because you opened it's almost like you gave us a glimpse of what services you offer. So if someone is maybe new to not hair extensions,
Yep.
or if they've always wanted to get their nails done and they're not sure, you were able to give them a glimpse of what to expect. And I really loved the live
Thank you.
demonstration. Whose idea was that?
I like to think it's mine, but it was not.
Oh, okay. Well, it was then we'll go with the team.
India's Williams, our brand manager, came up with the idea.
Excellent. Excellent. Love India. Well, it was genius.
Yep.
I really appreciated it when I had the opportunity to leave my vendor table to go visit other vendor tables, other businesses, and other colleagues in the industry. I was able to pass by yours, and I really appreciated the live demonstration and the giveaways. Oh my goodness. You guys were giving out so many cool things. Like they had bags of stuff that they were giving away. It was the presentation alone was beautiful. And I have an appreciation for presentation of a product or what you're promoting, and just lovely. Every little detail. So your team in India did a great job.
We ran out fast because we were near the entrance. So people walked in and grab the bag. So
sounds like a great spot to be in. What do you think? Right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm so glad that it worked out and it was a success. And for anyone just tuning in, Best of Delaware event happens every year. It's an annual event. I've been going to it for, well over a decade. It's one of my favorite events. Definitely check it out for next year. It's a great event and a great networking event. Because yes, the best of the best come together. But even if you don't have a business that's being featured, I highly recommend that you attend the event as a networking opportunity, because you really meet some great people and taste some really good food and get some really great giveaways. And they even had live music and dancing.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I think it was a jelly roll, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. Really, really great event. All right. Well, other than that, what else have you been up to, Randy?
Well, my semester ends tomorrow, and I have 2 A's.
Congratulations.
I have never gotten an A in my life.
Oh, well, then you should be honored. You figured it out. How about that? That's what I like to say. You figured out school, and you figured it out, and you understand what it's all about. So congratulations.
Well, the truth be told, I hired a tutor.
Okay. That's okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's totally okay. I go throughout my school and college career. I had a tutor that helped me through everything. And I'm glad that I made that investment, because it really helped give me the skills that even to this day that I apply when I have to study for something, whether it be a show or a television, or even just reviewing a menu.
Yeah.
You're taking the time to spell check again, and then get another set of eyes, walk away from something, coming back to it, and then retaining the information. So it's very, I guess you would say, smart of you to hire a tutor. And it doesn't matter what age you are. You should always think that if you have this resource out there that can help you learn, retain the information, and thrive, why not?
And it's all about learning a formula.
Right.
As you said. So this girl's 18 years old, and she's smart, really smart.
Excellent.
She's attending Michigan State next year. So
excellent.
I was lucky.
Yes. No, you are able to have this as a great resource for you to help you continue with your education. Now, are you done with school? Is this it?
Well, no, this is a summer semester.
Summer semester. How much more do you have left?
Just tomorrow.
Oh, and then wait, then you're done with school?
No, I'll go back August 21st. And then that's the last semester at a community college. And then I start Arizona State.
Excellent.
Or University of Arizona.
University of Arizona. Excellent. Well, you keep us posted on that, but that's really exciting. So I guess I will mention what I've been up to. Obviously, we talked about the Best of Delaware event. I just got back from Indiana.
I saw the beautiful pictures.
Yes. Have you ever been to Indiana?
No.
Well, it was my first time. Indiana is beautiful. I'm so grateful that I had this opportunity. I was asked to judge the Miss Indiana USA and Miss Indiana Teen USA state pageant, which is affiliated with the Miss USA Miss Universe organization. So it was definitely a prestige and an honor to be asked. And I was so thankful that I was able to make it work with my crazy schedule that I have because I'm busy, right?
Yeah.
And it was so much fun. It was so much fun, but I was blown away with how beautiful Indiana was. I was only there for a short period of time, but when the free moments that I did have, I was able to kind of visit a little bit of the area, and it was really beautiful, and the people are lovely, and it was just so neat, and I can't wait to go back. But I definitely have to make note and extend an incredible congratulations to the Miss Indiana USA organization and the executive state director, J. Scott Reed, for a job well done on his production and his pageant. He runs a tight ship over there, but I have to say, they did a phenomenal job, and the contestants were absolutely lovely. And congratulations to the new winners, the new Miss Indiana USA, Miss Indiana Teen USA. I mean, it was a really awesome experience, but like the competition was intense.
Was it hard to pick one person out?
Always.
Yeah.
It's all because everyone works so hard to get to that point, and you see the work that has been put into it. And it was just really an awesome experience to be on the other side and be able to see like what's happening. And it was just so much fun. I had such a great time, and you need to have that opportunity too. I think you would enjoy it.
I want that opportunity.
I think you would enjoy it. I'll put in a good word for anybody looking. But again, congratulations to Miss Indiana USA and Miss Indiana Teen USA and J. Scott Reed, the executive state director.
Yeah.
All right. So with I guess you would say, with that said, we need to introduce our guest.
Yes.
All
I
right.
can't wait.
All right, here we go. So we are so excited to welcome our guest today. Amanda Nattle is a registered nurse injector specialist. Amanda Nattle is a graduate of Thomas Jefferson University, where she earned a bachelor's degree in nursing. Before working on her own, Amanda worked in the facial aesthetic industry for 11 plus years, including the last 5 years as an aesthetic nurse injector, specializing not only in injectables, but mastering aesthetic lasers and devices. Amanda possesses both an advanced and current approach to injectables and is aware that every patient is unique. She has a thorough understanding of the anatomy and has an established reputation among her patients and colleagues as a knowledgeable and skillful injector. Amanda takes the time to consult with each patient and help them achieve their goals in a safe and artful way. Her goal for her patient is a very natural, youthful, and refreshed look with an emphasis on classical beauty. Amanda is now offering services as part of the Curry Hair, Skin, and Nails team. Welcome, Amanda.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome.
How are you?
Oh, wonderful. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
I'm really excited to be here. I can't thank you guys enough for having me on.
Oh, we're so thrilled. I mean, Randy and I were chatting about it for a while now because we haven't had a podcast recording in a long time, and he was saying, okay, we're so excited to have Amanda on. This is going to be great. This is going to be so exciting. So, Amanda, let's get right into it. Why don't you tell a little bit about yourself, your background to all of our viewers and listeners?
Yes, so I am a mother of two boys. I'm married, my husband Anthony, and I live in Spring City, Pennsylvania. And I love my life. I love to cook for my kids. I'm Italian like you both. And I love, cleaning the house. Aesthetics is my love. So anything to do with aesthetics, the house, food, everything, I'm all about it pretty much. But I got into aesthetics when I was in high school. I had really bad cystic acne, really bad rosacea, specifically around my eyes. And no one, as a 13-year-old girl in middle school or high school, wants to have these dark red circles around their eyes. So I went to a medical practice to have my lower lids lasered and fell in love that this could be a job. So I started researching everything there was about it, and asked the owner, like, hey, do you need someone to get you guys coffee? Could I just come in here and hang out? And that started my internship in high school at a cosmetic dermatology office that ended up being what prompted my entire career and what I wanted to go to college for.
Wow.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. So, well, I guess let's share with everyone about your connection with Curry Hair Skin and Nails. So
Yeah.
this is new, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Relatively new in the last couple months.
Excellent.
You can now find me at Curry. About 4 or 5 days a month, I'll be there, and more days as the schedule opens up. But the staff there are so welcoming. It's one of my favorite places to be. Everyone has been so nice, but I love being there.
Excellent.
Everyone loves you.
Thank you.
Oh gosh. Amanda, I know that this is a tough question for many, but being that I could say, I'll speak for myself. So, someone who's in the beauty industry, who's on television, always in the eyes of the public, you always are looking for innovative and new techniques and ways to maintain your beauty, your own unique beauty. And that's something that I'm very, very mindful of. I always express this. I never tell someone to try to look like someone else, or I never say to myself, oh, I want to look like them. I want to look like me, but what can I do to maintain the look that I have and the own unique look that I have? And I know that when you're dealing with injectables and I guess you would say lasers and whatnot, people are
Hmm.
very fearful of their look changing drastically. And I
Correct.
love that in your bio, you talked about how you achieve a patient's natural, youthful, and refreshed look, but also emphasizing on classical beauty. And I think that's really key when you're looking for an esthetician who is specializing in injectables. So could you like touch on that a little bit more for someone who is new to it
Absolutely.
and not sure how to kind of navigate it?
So I think what's most important in what I do is that I take something that's a medical procedure and I'm merging it with art. This is art. And it's also keeping that you're going to look like you at the end of the day, and
Hmm.
understanding that we're not all the same. There's a huge push in social media, especially right now. You go on and you can follow all these injectors, and there is this cookie cutter approach to how lips should look, how
Right.
your cheekbones should look, how your jawline should look, how high your eyebrows should go, what your eyebrows should look like. And truthfully, we are born asymmetrical beings. We're born to be individual. And no one is going to look the same. No one is ever going to look perfect. So when someone
Hmm.
comes to me, I don't ever try to point out specifically what I see on someone. I can say that and think that in my own head, like the things that I might want to adjust or work on.
Yeah.
But when someone comes to me, I don't want to give them thinking about something that maybe they never thought about before. If I go
Hmm.
mentioning that like their eyebrow is too high on one side or the other, naturally I would correct those things through procedure anyway. But I wouldn't want to give someone a complex when, maybe that's not something that they're worried about right now or something we
Right.
need to work on. So it's about making you look like you and knowing how the aging process happens so we can continue to let you look like you for as long as possible and turn back the clock on how you look. And one way I do this is, as years have gone on, I've gotten more experience. You can really see where the fat pads were and how somebody looked 10 years ago and what they would have looked like. It's
Right.
very easy for me to see that now. But sometimes, if someone's much older and they've never done anything, I'll have them bring a photo in from 10, 15 years prior. And I want to re replicate you. Where did you
Excellent.
lose the fat?
Hmm.
Where are we replacing volume? Is this only injectables that you need? Or getting your expectations and reality on the same page? Is surgery maybe an option for you? Is, a laser or skin treatment more of an option for you? Like, what are your goals and what are your expectations, and how can we let them meet?
Excellent. Yes. And I'm glad that you mentioned that because I've never heard of that before, where you ask maybe an older client that has never had injectables before to bring a picture of them from maybe 10 years ago or 20 years ago. That's something I've never heard before. And I think that's really important because I emphasize this so much for me being in the beauty industry, being a part of the pageant world, that there's nothing wrong with taking care of yourself as long as
Mhm.
you want to do it. But don't try to be someone
Oh,
else. Don't try to look like someone else. Be your own unique person, and just embrace, the beauty that God has given you. Now, I know that one of our listeners had I guess, wrote a question earlier about celebrities that maybe go through drastic changes, and you can tell that they probably had some work done.
yeah.
What's your opinion on that? Because I don't want to. Yes, I think they mentioned Madonna, but Madonna's older. And she's it's okay to she probably that's how she was meant to look, and maybe she did get some work done. Who knows? But what would be your opinion on the drastic changes that you see, especially in celebrities, when it comes to injectables and maybe facial procedures?
Well, one thing I've noticed is when I first got into this industry, just in aesthetics, when I was an intern, people were not coming in as young as they are now. People were starting to get Botox, filler treatments in their late 40s, late 50s, even. It was not happening in the 20s and 30s how it is now. People are
Right.
coming in much younger. So you're seeing a lot more prevention, which is really where the medical field has kind of steered its way anyway. We're preventing diabetes, we're preventing lines on your forehead. We're checking for these things earlier so that we don't have to worry about them before it gets to that point. That's what I'm seeing a lot of. The other big evolution is the versatility of products now. 12 years ago, there were not as many products on the market that there are now for
Mhm.
fillers and Botox. They were putting silicone in people's faces. And the
Yeah.
way that that has aged over decades, it's not pretty. So a
No.
lot of these products that you're seeing that are, people not aging well, it's probably a lot of times from their injector not saying no, adding too much filler from product that was placed 20, 30 years ago that's now just coming to the surface and forming nodules
Mhm.
underneath the skin. And it's just from too much work. There has to be a point in time where we cannot be perfect, and we have to accept, what is good enough for us. And
Mhm.
we may have a liner here, there. We may need surgery, and some Madonna may not have wanted surgery. It looks like she probably had too much. To like, there's just a lot of, you want to combine your therapies, but there has to be a point where someone says no. And the
Mhm.
unfortunate other thing is that there are side effects to these procedures. And just because she's Madonna doesn't mean she's, exempt from potentially having side effects or adverse reactions to these products.
Mhm. Yes, you make a valid point. And I'm glad that you even mentioned that as the esthetician, the injector, that you get to a point where you have to say no to the patient. And that's okay too. And as a patient, you have to be respectful of that, receiving that information. Honestly, you should be thanking the esthetician or the injector for being honest. Because I'm very, very mindful when it comes to your own, embracing your own beauty. But I also believe that you want to be in the same room as someone that will be honest with you. And it's okay if don't feel defeated as a patient, but it's okay if an
Right.
injector or an esthetician says we don't need to go any further, or it's okay, we don't, or say no, really. And that's, I'm sure for you, Amanda, that's sometimes hard to do that,
It is.
right?
Yes. A big thing right now is lips. Everybody wants these enormous, huge lips, and that's
Hmm.
not my style. Like, some people may not want to be my client because my style is more natural, and I do not have, like, I don't want to give that social media, like, duck lip, and like, that's just not my style. I couldn't
Hmm.
possibly, like, let someone walk around looking like that. But there's also side effects to these things. If you put too much filler in the lip, it's going to spread and push into the upper lip up here. And that's when you're getting
Mm.
all of these classifications of filler spread now. Like, there are consequences to doing too much. It's not going to look good. And it's not just not going to stay in your lips for a while. Like, it's going to look bad for a long time unless you get it dissolved.
Yeah. How
Mhm.
often should you have injections?
Mm.
Every that would be dependent on each and every person independently. So for Botox, Dysport, which I'm a true lover of Dysport, I don't really use much Botox anymore. People just aren't asking for it. It's not lasting as long, and it's not kicking in as quick as Dysport. So all of my clientele, for the most part, is strictly on Dysport. That's going to
Mhm.
last you every 3 to 4 months, depending on the patient and what areas we're treating. But for fillers, that if we're doing the lips, that could be once a year for some people. Some people, it's every 6 months. Everyone breaks down the hyaluronic acid fillers at different rates, but it depends on the product. I could be seeing you every 6 months, every 3 months. If we're working on different areas, depending on the age, sometimes I'm filling people every 3 months.
Right. And that's something that people are not aware of.
Hmm.
I've learned and educated myself on this, and I think it's important for anyone that is interested in injectables or fillers that they understand that it's not permanent and
Correct.
that
And it's not one and done.
exactly. Sometimes it takes a couple of visits to achieve,
Correct.
what you're looking for. And I'm a firm believer, and Amanda, I think you'll agree with me on this, getting to know you in this short period of time, that it's better to go with a conservative approach.
Correct.
Slow and steady wins the race. And, if you go too much too quickly, and then if you are someone that is prone to swelling quickly or bruising quickly, you won't know. So I'm
Correct.
a firm believer that, it's important to go very slow and steady and take it one step at a time, but also be mindful that if you work out a lot, that, your
It
fillers aren't
does.
going to last very long.
Now, certain medications, a lot of
Mhm,
patients with thyroid issues, they'll break
mhm.
down filler much quicker and metabolize it much faster. There's a lot of things that go into it. People with autoimmune disorders, it's a vast, very, very, very extensive, personal thing for how quickly you're going to break down some of these products.
Yeah, you make a very valid point, and I'm glad you touched on that. Now, going back to your work as a type of art form, we touched on that earlier, and I just wanted to bring that back again. You're constantly interacting with people. What is your favorite part about your job?
I'm a very social person, and I know earlier I said I was so nervous to be on here because I just don't like being on camera, but I love talking to different people. And I mean, Randy can attribute to this. I could have a conversation and I could talk all day long to someone. I could talk to anybody. I love my clientele, my patients. I love hearing from people's experiences. Some of my patients have become my family.
Mhm.
We have like just we're so close, we've become friends, we've become family, our children have like known each other. I just love that I'm exposed to so many different people and opinions and views points and cultures and experiences. I just love taking it all in and hearing from my clients as well, like their lives.
When I first talked to Amanda, what impressed me was when she said she was an artist. And, I
Mm.
have worked with several injectors, and there were doctors, some of them, and they never said they were artists, right?
Mhm.
So I think that's really important because an artist looks at, a canvas differently. Right?
Right, right. And we appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's not as intimidating either. For someone that is new to an injectable or, Botox or Dysport or whatever filler it may be, it's very scary. Very, very
Yes.
you're first off a needle. You're like, "Oh my God, there's a needle near my face." Let alone there's so many different nerves and muscles and, delicate parts of your face that we are not even aware of, but you as the professional are aware of. That's why it's so important to go to a
Correct.
professional. Really,
Yes.
really important. Let's talk about that. So if you were to give some more advice on, who to look for, how to look for it, what is, the difference,
Yes.
how would you suggest that to someone who's
So
new to it?
a really big problem that I'm having with clients right now
Mhm.
coming to me is that everyone wants the masseter, Botox, and Dysport for facial slimming, TMJ, a plethora of different options,
Mm.
and injectors are injecting them wrong, and they cannot close their mouth. It's
Ah,
really becoming a problem that I'm seeing with people, that they are either doing too much or they're injecting into the wrong muscle altogether. And you want to go to someone experienced because these things can happen. Eye drops, they happen because someone really doesn't know what they're doing. You really should not drop someone's eye ever if you're an experienced injector. You
Hmm.
want to know that they're certified. You want to know that they've been doing this for a while, that they went to a good school, and you want to see their work, more importantly. You really
Right.
do. And my best reference is word of mouth. If you're going to someone, you probably know someone that went to them. That's
Right.
usually how this industry works. From my experience, I'll see one person and then they'll talk to their friend, and their friend will talk to a friend. And that's how this network really begins, is just from like one good experience and continuing to have that. But you have to go to someone that knows what they're doing and knows how to deal with the potential side effects that could happen, because it could happen to
Mm.
anybody no matter how experienced you are.
For a while, we were hearing of Botox parties,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
I think that's insane.
Yes.
Why? They're fun. No. Well,
Like
I guess
to
you
go
would.
to somebody's house and
Right,
like
right.
have a medical, you know,
Well, I guess it could be done if they have a certified esthetician who is trained in aesthetics but also injectables. It could be done because they know to have a sanitary environment to make sure that they have all the materials that they need. It could be done if it's done effectively. But I mean,
Right.
obviously, all of us can agree it's better to go to a professional office that is already sanitary. It's already ready to go in case there's something goes wrong. You have precautionary measures already in place.
Correct. And it's really also about getting an accurate medical history. And if you're able to do that in that type of environment, are you able to have electronic medical records so that you can go through and have access to their medical history while you're in someone else's home? It's getting more feasible to do that, but you want to make sure a clean environment and that you have access to what you've done to them in the past, what you're about to do to them, what their medical history is, what their medications are that they're on, and having that at your hands at all time. And it's hard to do in a home.
Yes, it's really it's I mean it's truly important. And many don't realize. And I love social media, but then I hate social media because there's pros and cons of social media, because it is so easy to fool someone who is naive to injectables and the beauty industry, and you don't know who you're booking an appointment with. And I feel that you have to do your homework. And I love that you say that word of mouth is really the best, because you can't put a price tag on that. That's so
right.
valuable. But
Right.
I'm sure you have come across that people, and you can see it on social media yourself, that someone is promoting themselves when they really are not probably qualified, but it
Right.
looks appealing. So
Yes. I
definitely
mean, it's
be
a
mindful.
booming industry. Everyone wants to get into it, and it can get scary. I mean, I've even had employers from other practices call me and say, "We really thought this injector had more experience." And
Wow.
like I have to go in and tweak different issues that they've created just and teach different injectors like, all right, well, this is how you really are supposed to be doing something, because everyone wants to do this that they're not experienced, and they're almost like fibbing that they are, because
Hmm.
they just want to get the ball rolling.
Right, right, right. So Amanda, how can someone book you? How can they find you? How can they follow you?
Yes. So on my Instagram account, which I believe that they had up here earlier, you can go on there, and my booking link for Curry is also on that social media. But Curry, you can go to Curry's website and you can book directly with me there as well. But both are great options, and you can see my entire schedule and availability up there.
Excellent. I think I need a book.
Yeah.
You booking with me, Randy?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would love
Game.
to.
Yeah, no, it's something that I'm sure that it's intimidating for someone who's never done it before. And I stress this because I know what it feels like to be around needles, and it's scary. I'm fearful of it. And I always am, very mindful of who I'm working with. But do you offer a consultation if they're not sure?
I always offer free consultations
Okay.
to all of my patients, because you really want to know like what's involved. And say you don't give them a free consultation, what if there's a medical reason that they really cannot have this done anyway?
Hmm.
You want to know that, and you don't want to. I don't want to take someone's money because they medically can't have it, or that they're not comfortable. That would make me feel horrible.
Right, right. And I'm
Yeah.
glad you made note of that. A free consultation with Amanda, everyone. So book your
Yeah.
appointment, even if you're not sure, it's worth it. It definitely is worth it because then you'll learn something.
Yeah, I think we all seen fillers go wrong. Like
Hmm.
that lion woman. Have you ever seen that woman that looks like a lion?
I have. I know
Yeah,
who you're speaking of. I
yeah.
don't remember
Oh,
her
yeah.
name.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
terrible. Like so.
It's very terrible.
Yes, you,
Yeah, I think that scares people.
however, from my knowledge, she wanted to achieve that look. And
Yeah.
that's something that you have to be mindful of. We look at it as like, oh my gosh, what did she do wrong? But for her, she intentionally wanted to achieve that look. And I do know that
Yeah.
because she's actually quite famous in just as a celebrity for many, many years. She wanted to achieve that look. Not everybody wants to achieve that look. So I'm a firm believer in going with Amanda's approach. And that's your best bet.
Well, as a
You can always
hairdresser,
add more.
Yes.
as a hairdresser, we see that in blondes. Like
Okay.
first a person comes in and gets a blonding and they love it, and next time, oh, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, and then they're like
Excellent.
drugstore blonde.
Yeah. Right. So remember, slow and steady wins the
Yeah,
race.
yeah.
You have to go a couple of times, go for a couple of treatments, and then you'll be good to go. Amanda, I know that you mentioned your Instagram page. If they're interested in booking, check out her Instagram page to book your free consultation, which is already big. Remember, not all injectors, estheticians, and even salons offer free consultations. That's a big one. That's a discount in itself. So do be mindful of that. Oh, here we go. We have some information about Dysport. So correct us if we're wrong, Amanda. Dysport is $11 per unit, normally valued at $15 per unit. That's a deal, by the way,
It's
everyone.
special
Yeah.
pricing.
Oh, yes. And then the filler is $650 per syringe. Normally, that's valued at $725 to $800 per syringe. So that's a huge discount. Okay, so it's now through August. All right, I'm booking. That's a really generous discount. So thank you for that.
Yes, thank you.
Amanda, was there anything else you wanted to mention that we didn't touch on?
I will say that sometimes people do come to me in that free consultation, and there are certain things that I can't do for them. And I'm usually very good about connecting them with other people in the industry that can help them too. Whether that's a surgeon for something they're looking for or a laser for a machine. If it's not something that I can handle, I'm pretty well educated on all of the other matters as well to kind of get them where they need to go.
Right. And I'm glad you mentioned that because I want to touch on that some more. Lasers. I love lasers. That has
Me
become
too.
like my thing the last couple of years. I
Yeah.
swear by them. Talk about a
Yes.
game changer, right?
Love lasers.
So
Yes, there's
can you I
one
know
for
that
everything.
right. I know you specialize in lasers as well because you're educated on them, very knowledgeable with lasers and the innovative devices that exist now. I would love for us to touch on that because for me, I can only speak on, for myself that when I was introduced to lasers, I want to say close to 8 years ago now, 8 years ago, I've seen a transformation in my skin
Wow.
and
Yeah.
how my makeup goes on my skin and how my skin is just more vibrant and even on camera and on, just on even on television. Incredible. Like it's a game changer. And there was no injections involved here. So I'm talking just the
Right.
lasers.
Wow.
So could you touch on that some more?
Yes. So lasers, whether it's, radio frequency microneedling, ultrasound devices, CO2 skin resurfacing, IPLs, BBLs, fractionated lasers, all of them really work well together. And it's combination therapy is key. Not one laser alone is going to just do it for you. It's, hitting the problem area at different angles, whether it's melasma, rosacea, acne, large pore size, scarring from acne, or burns. I've seen a lot of radiation and burn scars on the skin that I've had to deal with. You want to just treat the problem, whether it's with injections and lasers. Combination therapy is always going to work better, much 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 better. But you can get to lasers for just about anything now. After each one of my babies, I had my stomach tightened with laser.
Mm.
Like with radio frequency tightening and ultrasound tightening machines, you can have like just about like anything done now, which is
Mhm.
pretty cool. And for they're relatively very safe. Of course, just like injectables, they do have their warnings and potential side effects and adverse events that can happen if you're, not trained properly on the machines. But like I'm a lover of microneedling and radio frequency microneedling and IPL. I've been doing all of those things on my skin for many years as well. And I think that they really do make a nice difference.
Yes, I love how you said that combination therapy, right? Is that what
Yeah.
you said? Combination treatments between lasers and injectables. Love the lasers. I am a firm believer in
Love.
the laser treatments. I think that was the literal game changer for me. Because I have been exposed to Botox before many years ago. I think 15 years ago, I first was introduced to Botox by an esthetician, and I never tried it before. And I was blown away with the results. And I was also surprised of how quickly it dissolved. I was like, oh, that was it. But when I started to incorporate lasers and the combination, I
Yep.
noticed that the lines were like totally diminishing. Like it was incredible. Like the visibility of the lines on my skin, especially my forehead, really
Yeah.
blown away by that. Now, do you perform any laser treatments or just do the injectables at Curry Hair Skin and Nails?
At Curry, I'm strictly doing injectables right now. We're
Okay.
hoping to grow and, maybe get some lasers down the road, Randy.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm putting in a good word for
Yeah.
you, Amanda.
yes.
Now
But
that I
yeah, we
know
would.
that Vincenza likes it, it's a done deal.
Right. Thank you.
Done.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
at least you have someone who is educated, professional, knowledgeable
Oh yeah.
on all the innovative lasers and devices already on staff. And that's you, Amanda. I mean,
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
the fact that you also mentioned that if you don't have the answer to it, you'll help the patient find an answer or send them in the right direction. And that's important to me and to any patient that was going to take the chance and trust you.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely have built a network over the years of
Mhm.
different people, and I love that. I think I have like a pretty solid crew of people that I like to refer people to. And even if it's, I always tell them, go see more people. Like if someone wants a facelift, I'm like, this is who I'd refer you to, but you should also go see at least 2 more people. You want to get a
Mhm.
vast variety of who you're going to connect with.
Mhm.
Can you mention like maintenance or skincare? Like should people have regular facials or
Yeah.
what's your recommendation?
I always call the skin is like the sheet on the bed. With the injectables, I kind of help the mattress underneath get back to what it used to be. But if you're still treating the sheet badly, like then you're not going to get as much accomplished.
I love that.
Regular facials, proper skincare, and too much skincare can be a really bad thing as well. Not everybody needs the same things, just like with injections. So I think it's very important to find what works for you. I mean, I suffered with cystic acne until I was 27 years old, really horrifically. And I finally found my skincare that worked for me and got my stress levels under control. And for
Mhm.
each person, it's going to be a little different, but you want to make sure proper skincare and regular facial treatments are very, very important. Peels, I love a good peel.
Mhm. Right.
All that kind of stuff.
Peels are good. I'm a big baby with peels. I don't know. I can't oh gosh, I've had a couple of them in my time, and you need some downtime for a good peel
Yeah.
for
Yes.
results. But the results are worth
Are
it,
good.
right?
They are.
If you have the
Yeah.
downtime for it, they're worth it. Well, Amanda, it has been so awesome to talk to you and so
Yeah.
informative. I mean,
Thank
I'm
you.
always learning. Randy's always learning. And then I'm sure our listeners and viewers are learning as well. And the fact that
I'm always learning.
yes, and that's important. You're open to learning and retaining more information as
Right.
obviously everything evolves. Technology is
Correct.
evolving, so it's always being ahead of the game. But being that you are at Curry Hair, Skin and Nails, people can book a free consultation. And you saw the discounted offers that were available. Please check out Curry Hair, Skin and Nails for the discount, even for anyone just tuning in. But before we leave. Or before we let you go, we always like to ask all of our guests a traditional question. So the question is, if you can interview someone or chat with someone on a podcast from the past or present, who would they be and why?
So just like you were saying, learning and constantly learning is always an important thing. In my industry, there is on social media, she's called the nose nurse. She does the most beautiful noses, and the nose is a very high risk area to treat with filler. I would love to pick her brain because I watch her and I listen to her and I'm like, wow, like we do things very similarly and like we believe very similar things with our patients and our philosophies and like how we're conservative are very similar. I would love to learn from her or just talk to her for 15 minutes. I would do it. That would make me really happy.
Do you happen to know her? Is she on social media? Do you happen to know?
She is.
Do you
She's it's at the nose nurse.
At the nose nurse. I'm going to follow it. I'm curious now.
She's incredible. She's very well educated. She's a young girl. We're probably around the same age, and I just think she's brilliant. I think she's really brilliant, and I love like to support other women. And she really hits the nail on the head. She's based out of Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yes.
All right.
That's
Well,
who I would want to talk to.
Amanda, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And we wish you so much luck as you continue to thrive at Curry Hair, Skin and Nails. And I hope to meet you sometime in the near future, hopefully at maybe one of my free consultations, right? I got to go check it out. But again, good luck. And thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah,
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Take care.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. She's
Randy,
lovely.
She's wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy that she joined the Curry Hair, Skin and Nails team.
Yeah.
And so just to reiterate, which location is she at?
Glen Mills.
Glen Mills. Okay. So she's there with hopes to maybe go to the other locations at some point.
Yeah. We want her to get established first.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And listen, I said it earlier. I'm going to say it again. Slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah. I was about to give up in injectors. Like, it's a hard business.
It is. It is.
Amanda came in and, I was a believer.
Excellent. Excellent. And I'm sure she will be very successful at the company, and people will, be so pleased with her. I guess you would say her personality. It's very warm.
Yeah.
And that's important too. That's a part of the experience, ladies and gentlemen, when you are entertaining an injectable, whether it's Botox, Dysport, or fillers, or whatever it may be, even lasers. It's intimidating. And it's not just, okay, how much does it cost? Okay, can they do it correctly? It's the total experience.
Right.
And I can tell that Amanda is going to give you that total experience and make you feel confident and comfortable every step of the way. And that's really, really important when you're looking for someone that you're going to trust to, help maintain your beauty, your own unique beauty. Keep that in mind. It's your own unique beauty.
And she uses an iPad to map the injectables.
Wow.
First time I ever saw it.
Okay.
And like years, and she knows where she has done.
Excellent. Yeah. So she keeps track.
Yeah.
That's important. That's really, really important too. Well, good luck, Amanda.
Yeah.
And wow, Randy, another great episode.
19th.
Yes.
Right?
Can't wait for the 20th. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at that. Isn't that look so nice? So everyone, we are now on Amazon Music. If you are interested in downloading our podcast, check us out. You can check us out on all of the social media platforms that offer a podcast, but now we are on Amazon Music. That's a great promo, Randy. Yeah. You look great.
We're taking over.
Yeah, I love it.
Too.
It's so funny. I love it. That was a fun photo shoot. I'm going to give a quick shout out to Jessie Lynn Palumbo Photography. Yeah. She is absolutely amazing. If you need a photographer, whether it be for headshots, she does pageant headshots, but just regular headshots, or you need photos for your podcast, or she does it all. Amazing. Oh no, she does it all. She does commercials. She does magazine work. I think she even partners with Capizio, which is a dance company, dance apparel company. She's on it. She does cover of books. She's worked with reality stars, celebrities, you name it. She's so diverse in the photography industry, but she did those photos that you saw from our promo for the podcast, and she's phenomenal.
And former Miss New Jersey.
Yes, that's correct. Very good, Randy. You remembered. Yes, she's a former Miss New Jersey USA. And wow, was she a phenomenal title holder.
Yeah.
I was a huge fan of Jessie Lynn Palumbo when she started competing for many years in the New Jersey USA pageant. I didn't even know who she was. She didn't know who I was. I didn't know who she was, but I loved her. I was like a super fan. I was like, how come the judges didn't pick her yet? She's so good. She's so good. And then the year she won, which I'm a firm believer, it's always in God's timing. It was just the right time for her. And wow, I mean, incredible. And she really did a phenomenal job as Miss New Jersey USA, but she took that experience and her years of being in the pageant world, and she developed a love for photography, but then made a business out of it.
Yeah.
And she is thriving. So if you need a photographer, visit Jessie Lynn Palumbo Photography, and you will not be disappointed.
I told this story before when we went up for our photo shoot.
Mhm.
I walked in the room and I thought a model was playing with the cameras and stuff.
Oh, she's so
She's
beautiful.
Yeah.
She's so beautiful. Well, she understands what it is to be in front of the camera, and she understands all the emotions and the feelings that, you know, a model that's being photographed goes through. Whether
Yeah.
you're a model or not, you're still the model in front of the photograph.
Yeah.
Excuse me, the camera. So she understands, and she's able to help navigate you through those, you know, basically the whole experience
Yeah.
in the photo shoot, but also making it be a positive experience, because it is nerve-wracking.
Yeah. And people don't understand, like, the lighting so important.
Mhm.
And you could take, 100 shots and one turn out.
Oh, yes. One out of the 100.
Yeah.
But you got one good one,
Yeah.
just like we did. We
Yeah.
got one good one. Actually, we got a couple of good ones. I can't say that, but
Maybe
that was
12.
yeah. But it's such a great one. I love that one. We had so many great ones, but this one was our absolute favorite. And again, check us out on all of the social media platforms that offer podcasts. But again, now on Amazon Music. And Randy, we'll see you. We'll see everyone again for our 20th episode.
I have one more question.
Oh, okay.
I want the viewers to decide whether they like your hair like this or
Oh,
normal. I love it.
you like the
Yeah.
slick back pony,
Like
right?
Lisa Keys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
I tried something different. You know, okay. Well, I can't say I tried something different. I used to wear this look in high school.
Really?
Oh, yeah. This was my look. Anybody that went to high school with me knows that Vincenza, that's what everyone called me in high school, wore this hair sleek back, like in a pony, low pony, all throughout high school. And I loved it.
Earrings.
The hoops as well. Yeah, you like the hoops?
Alicia Keys, right?
Thank you. Thank you. It's a compliment. I appreciate that. And it's back in style. Talk about hair trend, right?
Yeah,
That comes
yeah.
back in style.
Yeah, we just did a photo shoot. A woman that works for me uses extensions, and
Mhm.
the ponytail was like 4 feet long.
Right. And that's
Similar look. Yeah.
and that's a nice look too.
Beautiful.
Oh, yes, that's a nice look. Well, everyone, again, thank you for joining us on our Pronto podcast, our 19th episode. Stay tuned for the 20th episode. We're really excited about that one. And we will be announcing who our guests will be. And it'll be a special surprise. I'm really excited about it. And again, pronto, Randy.
Pronto, Vincenza.